The road to success doesn't begin with giant leaps, but with the simple, intentional steps we take every single day. As we say goodbye to 2024, we're faced with a powerful question. What can I do today that will make me a better version of myself tomorrow? The closing of one year marks the beginning of another, and with that, an opportunity to reset, refocus, and redefine the path ahead. Each new day brings with it a chance to shape our destiny, but only if we choose to make it count. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They weren't just thinkers, they were doers. They knew that real wisdom comes not from idle contemplation, but from the habits we cultivate and the actions we take. As we look toward 2025, it's not about making grand promises to ourselves that fade with time. It's about embedding habits that stand the test of time, habits that shape us into the men we aspire to be. So let's make this year different. I'm going to share with you 10 habits, rooted in Stoic philosophy, that will help you build a life of resilience, purpose, and clarity in 2025. These are practical habits that you can start using today. No complex theories or lofty ideals, just straightforward principles that will transform the way you approach the year ahead and help you stay grounded in the face of whatever comes your way. 1. Start small. There's an old Japanese proverb that says, "The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists." It's a reminder that resilience and growth aren't about force, but about gradual progress. This idea aligns perfectly with the wisdom of Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, who believed that well-being is achieved through small, steady steps. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent, intentional actions. Think of it like planting a tree. Each tiny seed you plant has the potential to grow into something extraordinary. So how can we apply this? Let's say you want to get healthier. Instead of aiming for an unattainable fitness goal, start by committing to 10 minutes of exercise a day. It's like constructing a mosaic. Each small piece adds up to something greater. Remember, a journey begins with a single step, and a habit begins with a single action. James Clear's Atomic Habits emphasizes this idea, that small habits, though seemingly insignificant, have the power to lead to monumental change. Just as an atom, the smallest unit of matter, holds tremendous energy, your smallest habits are the foundation of transformation. Here's the Stoic secret. It's not just about taking small actions, but also thinking small. Don't fall into the trap of setting massive, overwhelming goals. Focus on the immediate, the achievable, and let each small win build toward something greater. Like a river starting with a trickle, your consistent efforts will eventually flow into something vast. So, as we step into 2024, let's embrace the power of starting small. Because as the Stoics believed, even the tiniest act of kindness or effort can create meaningful change. 2. Stop letting anxiety dominate your life. We all face an inner battle, one that's not caused by external forces but by the emotions we allow to take hold. Anxiety is a constant companion, always ready to whisper about worst-case scenarios and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. But here's the Stoic truth. You are the master of your own mind, and anxiety should not be your ruler. Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher-emperor, grasped this idea well. In his Meditations, he wrote, "I escaped from anxiety today, or rather, I cast it aside, because it was mine to control." This realization is profound. The chaos isn't in the world around us, but in the way we respond to it. So, how do we break free from this self-imposed prison? The first step is to take responsibility for your feelings. Understand that anxiety isn't a force acting upon you, it's a reaction to your thoughts. Think of it like a distorted mirror. What's reflected isn't reality, but the fears you project onto it. Your job is to clear that distortion and see things as they truly are. This is where mindfulness becomes powerful. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worry about something actually happening right now? Or is it just a projection of what I fear might happen? you'll often find that your anxiety is rooted in imaginary scenarios, not in the present moment. Now let's confront a common misconception. Anxiety is not a useful tool for preparing for the future. In fact, it's the opposite. It doesn't equip you, it holds you back. It's like being on a treadmill. Your mind races, but you're not making progress. As we move into the new year, let's make a conscious decision to free ourselves from the grip of anxiety. Let's live with a clear mind and a calm heart. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you control your mind, not the world around you. When you internalize this, you unlock your true power. 3. Create a routine. One of the most powerful ways to take control of your life is to create a routine. It's like building a foundation. Each small, deliberate action you take consistently becomes a brick in the structure of your success and well-being. We often think that big changes come from radical actions, but the truth is, real transformation begins with the everyday. So how do you build a routine that sets you up for success? Let's break it down into simple, actionable steps. 1. Start your day with intention. The way you start your day has the power to set the tone for everything that follows. It doesn't need to be complicated, just intentional. The Stoics believed in preparing themselves mentally for what lies ahead, and this begins the moment you wake up. Try this. When you open your eyes in the morning, take a few moments to pause. Breathe deeply. Reflect on what you're grateful for. Think about what you want to achieve today. It's a small practice, but it brings you into the present moment and centers your mind before the world demands anything from you. Then, move your body. It could be a quick stretch, a short walk, or some light exercise. This gets your blood flowing and signals to your body that you're ready for the day ahead. 2. Set clear, focused goals. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." It's a reminder that clarity of purpose precedes action. Instead of waking up with a long list of things to do, focus on just 2 or 3 important goals for the day. Make them clear and specific. Maybe it's a work project you need to advance, a personal habit you want to develop, or simply taking time to connect with someone important. When you break your goals into small, manageable steps, you remove the overwhelm. You're no longer focused on the mountain ahead, but the next step in front of you. 3. Build in moments of reflection. Throughout your day, take time to check in with yourself. The Stoics were masters of self-reflection. They asked themselves difficult questions and faced the truth of their thoughts. Doing this allows you to stay grounded and intentional. Midway through your day, pause for a few minutes. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, am I still in control of my mind? Am I letting distractions or anxieties take over? Reset your focus and move forward with clarity. 4. End your day with reflection and rest. How you end your day is just as important as how you begin it. The Stoic practice of journaling was about reflecting on the day's events and learning from them. Before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes to reflect on what went well and what you can improve. Write it down if that helps. Ask yourself, did I stay true to my goals today? Where did I lose focus, and why? This isn't about being hard on yourself, but about learning and growing. Then, when it's time to rest, do so with intention. Turn off screens, limit distractions, and allow yourself to unwind. Remember, quality sleep is essential for both physical and mental recovery. 5. Weekly review. At the end of the week, take a step back and assess your routine. What worked, what didn't? What can you adjust to make next week even better? Practice 4. Give yourself the order to stop. There's a story that isn't told often enough. A story of personal triumph, not of battlefields or wars, but of conquering a deeply ingrained habit. Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man whose decisions shaped the course of history, faced a battle of his own, a 4-pack-a-day smoking habit. When his doctor delivered a stark warning, quit or face serious health consequences, Eisenhower didn't hesitate. He gave himself the order to stop. Just like that, He quit cold turkey after 40 years of smoking. This story isn't just about kicking a habit. It's about something deeper, a Stoic truth that speaks to our freedom. As Epictetus wisely put it, no man is free who is not master of himself. Eisenhower's victory wasn't just about overcoming smoking. It was about mastering his will, asserting control over his impulses, and choosing freedom over the chains of addiction. We all have our vices, whether it's procrastination, unhealthy habits, or negative thinking. These are the things that hold us captive. But here's the empowering message. The key to victory lies in giving yourself the order to stop. It's about taking command over your actions, not letting them dictate your life. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, reminded us, we are all slaves to something. But the beauty of Stoicism lies in realizing that we hold the keys to our own chains. So how do you apply this to your life? Start by identifying that one thing. Maybe it's an unhealthy food habit, that extra cup of coffee, endless hours on social media, or a habit that's draining your energy rather than adding value. Recognize its impact on your life, how it holds you back, distracts you, or takes away your peace. Then, make a firm, clear decision to stop. It's not about gradual change or half-hearted attempts. It's about declaring, enough. It's about taking immediate, decisive action. When you give yourself the order to stop, you're not just breaking a bad habit. You're reclaiming your power, your self-control, and your freedom. As you step into 2024, carry this with you. You are the commander of your own life. The first command you need to give yourself is the order to master yourself. 5. Cultivate the habit of voluntary discomfort. One of the most transformative practices in Stoicism is the concept of voluntary discomfort. The Stoic philosophers believed that by intentionally exposing ourselves to discomfort, we become more resilient, adaptable, and appreciative of the comforts we often take for granted. In 2025, make it a habit to engage in small acts of voluntary discomfort. This could be as simple as skipping a meal to practice fasting, taking cold showers, or engaging in physical exercise that challenges your limits. The idea isn't to suffer for the sake of suffering, but to intentionally put yourself in situations that push you out of your comfort zone. Why? Because in these moments we realize that we don't need external comforts to be content. By enduring discomfort, we build strength, discipline, and self-control. This Stoic habit trains us to find contentment and peace, even in less than ideal circumstances. When faced with adversity, we'll be better equipped to handle it, having practiced the art of mental toughness in everyday situations. By making voluntary discomfort a part of your routine in 2025, you'll develop a stronger sense of self-mastery and deepen your understanding of true inner freedom. 6. Reflect on your actions at the end of each day. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and constant reflection. One of the best ways to embody this principle is by setting aside time at the end of each day to review your actions, thoughts, and feelings. This practice allows you to grow and improve, making each day a step forward in your personal development. In 2025, make it a habit to reflect on your day before going to sleep. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Celebrate the wins, no matter how small. Where did I fall short? Acknowledge any mistakes or missteps without judgment. What can I learn from today's experiences? This is where growth happens, by extracting lessons from both successes and failures. You could even keep a simple journal for this purpose, jotting down your reflections each night. The goal isn't to be harsh on yourself, but to become more aware of your thoughts and behaviors, so you can consciously adjust your course. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. It requires being ready to face difficulties and be resilient. By reflecting daily, you sharpen your ability to take responsibility for your actions, develop better habits, and align yourself more closely with your values. This habit fosters wisdom and helps you maintain focus on your long-term goals, making each day an opportunity for improvement. 7. Practice the art of letting go. One of the most profound Stoic practices is learning to let go of things that are beyond our control. This habit is rooted in the understanding that much of the stress and frustration we experience comes from clinging to things, people, or outcomes that we cannot control. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, while accepting that everything else is subject to the whims of fate. In 2025, make it a practice to identify what you're holding on to that no longer serves you. This could be a grudge, a past failure, unrealistic expectations, or even physical possessions. Letting go is not about apathy. It's about creating space for peace and growth. To begin practicing the art of letting go, consider the following. Identify what's weighing you down. Reflect on the things, situations, or people that are causing you unnecessary stress. Ask yourself, am I holding on to this because I believe it defines me, or because I am afraid of losing it? Shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you don't have or what could go wrong, practice focusing on the present moment and the things you can control. Understand that all external things, whether success, material possessions, or relationships, are temporary and fleeting. Take action to release. Let go of the need for control by allowing things to unfold naturally. This could mean forgiving someone, moving on from a failed project, decluttering your space, or even changing a mindset that has held you back. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants. The more we hold on to, the more we become slaves to those things. By practicing the art of letting go, we gain freedom, not just from external expectations but from our own attachments. Letting go is a liberating practice that frees us from the weight of the past and opens up room for new opportunities and experiences. In 2025, practice this habit as a way to cultivate peace of mind and align more closely with what is truly important. 8. Embrace the wisdom of silence. In a world full of noise, constant distractions, endless chatter, and opinions flying in every direction, it's easy to forget the power of silence. The Stoics understood that silence is not just the absence of sound, but the presence of thought, reflection, and clarity. It allows us to step back, gain perspective, and avoid being swept away by external forces. In 2025, make it a habit to embrace the wisdom of silence. This isn't about avoiding conversation or retreating into isolation. Rather, it's about finding moments of stillness throughout your day to reflect, process, and choose your words intentionally. In an age where it's easy to fill every moment with noise, silence offers a space for deeper thinking, clearer decision-making, and more meaningful connections. Here's how you can incorporate the wisdom of silence into your life. Create moments of stillness. Throughout your day, take deliberate pauses to disconnect from the noise. This could be as simple as sitting in silence for 5 minutes before starting work, taking a walk without your phone, or even just sitting in your car for a moment of peace before you enter a busy environment. Use this time to reconnect with yourself and center your mind. Listen more than you speak. The Stoics valued the power of listening as a means of gaining wisdom. By practicing silence in conversations, you become a more attentive listener. Resist the urge to dominate conversations with your own thoughts and opinions. Instead, listen deeply, absorb, and respond thoughtfully. Choose your words with care. When you do speak, let your words be measured and intentional. Rather than filling conversations with unnecessary chatter, aim to speak only when you have something meaningful to contribute. This practice can enhance your relationships, increase your influence, and give you a sense of peace that comes from knowing you've said exactly what you intended. As Seneca wisely noted, silence is a lesson learned in the discipline of the tongue. By cultivating this discipline, you create space for better judgment, more thoughtful communication, and a greater sense of inner tranquility. 9. Focus on progress, not perfection. In a world that often glorifies perfection, the Stoic philosophers taught us a critical lesson. It's not perfection that leads to fulfillment, but progress. Stoicism emphasizes doing what we can with what we have, without getting bogged down by the pursuit of an unattainable ideal. True peace comes from knowing that as long as we are improving, we are on the right path. In 2025, make it a habit to focus on progress, not perfection. This shift in mindset helps you to embrace the journey, appreciate your growth, and avoid the paralysis that comes from trying to do everything perfectly. Here's how to cultivate this habit. Break down your goals into manageable steps. Instead of overwhelming yourself with a vision of the perfect outcome, focus on small, incremental improvements. Whether it's learning a new skill, advancing in your career, or improving your relationships, start with what you can do today. Celebrate each small win, knowing that progress, however small, is still movement in the right direction. Let go of comparison. The Stoics warned against comparing ourselves to others. Marcus Aurelius famously reminded himself, "Don't waste time on what others are doing. Keep your eyes on what you can control." By shifting your focus from others' achievements to your own growth, you liberate yourself from the destructive power of comparison. Accept imperfection as part of the process. Understand that no journey is without its setbacks. When things don't go as planned, don't view it as failure. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Embrace mistakes as opportunities for growth, and remind yourself that perfection is a mirage. It's progress that matters. As Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, your choices, and your responses, you free yourself from the burden of chasing an impossible ideal. 10th, practice self-discipline in all areas of life. Self-discipline is at the core of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that true freedom is not the absence of rules, but the ability to control your own impulses and desires. Self-discipline allows us to make choices that align with our values, rather than being driven by fleeting emotions or external pressures. By mastering ourselves, we become the architects of our own lives. In 2025, make it a habit to practice self-discipline in all areas of life: your work, your relationships, your health, and even your leisure. This practice isn't about rigid control or deprivation. It's about aligning your actions with your long-term goals and inner principles, even when the immediate temptations are strong. Here's how to cultivate this habit. Create clear, intentional goals. Self-discipline thrives when you know what you're working toward. Set clear, achievable goals for yourself, both short-term and long-term, and ensure that your daily actions are aligned with those goals. Whether it's improving your physical health, advancing in your career, or cultivating a better mindset, make sure each step you take moves you closer to where you want to be. Set boundaries and stick to them. One of the most powerful forms of self-discipline is the ability to set and honor boundaries. This could mean setting limits on screen time, saying no to distractions, or carving out time for solitude and reflection. Stoicism teaches that external distractions should not derail us from our higher purpose. Honor your boundaries as a form of respect for your own time and energy. Practice delayed gratification. Instead of giving in to every impulse or desire, practice waiting for what you want. This could be as simple as resisting the urge for instant rewards, such as eating junk food, procrastinating, or binge-watching television. When you delay gratification, you strengthen your willpower and focus on the long-term benefits of your decisions. Develop habits of consistency. Self-discipline is not a one-time act, but a daily commitment. Whether it's waking up early, working on a personal project, or maintaining a healthy routine, consistency is key. Like the Stoics, who regularly practiced meditation and journaling to strengthen their minds, make self-discipline a non-negotiable part of your daily life. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By exercising self-discipline, you take control of your actions and thoughts, ensuring they align with the values that matter most to you. In summary, 2025 can be the year you transform your life by embracing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. By adopting these 10 habits, whether it's embracing the present moment, practicing gratitude, or mastering self-discipline, You can cultivate inner peace, resilience, and clarity, no matter what challenges you face. Stoicism isn't just about theory, it's about action. Each of these habits is designed to help you take control of your life and live with purpose. Remember, progress is what matters, not perfection. And by committing to these Stoic principles, you are stepping into a life of true freedom and fulfillment. If you're ready to take the next step on your journey to a more Stoic life, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Universum. Here we dive deep into the philosophy of Stoicism, offering practical advice, daily Stoic practices, and motivation to help you stay aligned with your highest values.